Hello everyone and welcome back to Trending Celebrates. Today's episode is more reflective, more human, because behind the powerful speeches and bold political moves, there are real people with silent battles. In early 2025, the world lost two influential political figures, Fathi Durdur and Ebrahim Nabavi, by suicide. And another, Jorge Glass, narrowly survived a suicide attempt while in prison. In this video we honor their lives. We explore their careers, their contributions, and the crushing weight that public life can sometimes bring. This isn't just about politics. It's about mental health, vulnerability, and the cost of leadership. Fathi Durdur was not your typical politician. Born in 1971 in Lausanne, Switzerland, Durdur combined two passions, journalism and innovation. Before politics, he was a journalist and TV host, a man who believed in the power of words to shape ideas. By the time he entered the Swiss National Council in 2011, his mission was clear: push Switzerland into the digital future. He served until 2019, championing digital transformation, tech startups, and media freedom. But even after stepping down from politics, Durdur remained an active voice in public discourse. Then came the shock. On January 25, 2025, at just 54 years old, he died by suicide. In his farewell message, shared posthumously, he revealed a long-hidden battle with depression. A passage read, "I fought with myself for years. The world outside was never the enemy. My thoughts were." It sent shockwaves across Swiss media and political circles. Here was a man known for his optimism, revealing the immense emotional toll he'd carried in silence. Tributes poured in. Colleagues, journalists, even political opponents spoke of his intelligence, warmth, and courage. But many also asked, why wasn't there more support? Now let's travel from Switzerland to Iran. Ebrahim Nabavi was a name that struck chords both of laughter and fear. Born in 1958, he wore many hats: government official, writer, comedian, exile. In the 1990s, he worked inside the Iranian regime. But his critical thinking soon evolved into political satire, a dangerous art form in authoritarian Iran. He wrote biting columns. His words often pushed the limits of state censorship. Eventually, he was arrested, then exiled. In the 2000s, Nabavi lived in Europe, and later in the United States. He remained a vocal critic of the Iranian government through essays, interviews, and books. But behind the boldness was a man in pain. On January 15, 2025, at the age of 66, he took his own life in Silver Spring, Maryland. His family confirmed the news, adding that he'd long struggled with exile, depression, and the trauma of oppression. For many, Nabavi symbolized freedom of speech. But his death reminds us that even the bravest voices can carry unbearable weight. Let's head now to Latin America, to Ecuador, and to a man once second in command of a nation, Jorge Glass. He served as vice president of Ecuador twice, first under President Rafael Correa and later under Lenin Moreno. Charismatic, loyal, and politically savvy, Glass was once seen as a rising star. But in 2017, his career fell apart. He was accused, and later convicted, of corruption in the Odebrecht scandal, one of the largest bribery cases in Latin American history. He was sentenced to prison. Over the years, he denied wrongdoing, claiming he was a victim of political persecution. Fast forward to April 2024. Glass was rearrested during a police raid at a Mexican embassy in Quito. The move sparked diplomatic uproar. Days later, he attempted suicide in jail. Former President Correa confirmed it. So did Glass's lawyer. He was rushed to a hospital unconscious. Fortunately, he survived. But the incident sent a powerful message. No matter how powerful you once were, the human mind is fragile. So what do Fathi Durdur, Ebrahim Nabavi, and Jorge Glass teach us? That political life is not just power, it's pressure, expectations, scrutiny, isolation. In politics, weakness is punished, vulnerability is ridiculed, and mental health, often ignored. According to the World Health Organization, suicide is the fourth leading cause of death among adults aged 15 to 49 worldwide. Yet, when it strikes public figures, we treat it as shock instead of signal. How many more voices must we lose before we change the system? Not just the healthcare system, but the culture of silence and shame around emotional struggles. Today, we don't just remember three public figures. We remember three humans. Fathi Durdur, who wanted to build a digital future. Ebrahim Nabavi, who risked everything for the freedom to laugh. Jorge Glass, who fought to defend his name and nearly lost himself in the process. Their stories remind us that public life doesn't protect you from pain. If anything, it often magnifies it. But maybe by telling their stories we can break a cycle. If you or someone you know is struggling, please reach out. There is help. There is hope. You are never truly alone. And to those in power, in media, in politics, mental health is not weakness. It's human. Let's stop celebrating people only when they're gone. Let's start supporting them while they're here. This is Trending Celebrates. Thank you for watching.